We have a bit of a fun one today, ladies and gentlemen, and a bit of a spoof, if you will. Not to be taken seriously, so if you do not have a sense of humor, this video is likely not for you. And you definitely are going to need your sense of humor for this one, or it's going to seem pretty disrespectful. It is a fan request, of course, from you guys. Bodybuilder edited using the worst body parts. Now, what that means is we are going to build a bodybuilder using the least impressive body parts from the 2023 Mr. Olympia only. So no disrespect at all meant to any of the bodybuilders used in this one. In fact, the final product, just you can see just the glimpse of it here, the final product, all of these poses are actually pretty darn good, and we're going to do the front double, rear lat, and front lat. So the two front and the two rear shots, and a bonus abs and thigh at the end. But as you can see, it is Regan Grimes, not the best arms. Let's see who we used for the rest of the physique. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this isn't a bad physique, really. Realistically, guys. Still better than Mark's Max Muscles. And hey, I have a sense of humor about my own physique. One guy said to me in the ring one time, I used to be a pro wrestler, he was in the front row, and he said, "Hey, Sonny, you need more meat on them legs." And he was right. Little twig legs. But the same thing could not be said about the dude we used in this edit for the front double bicep pose using Olympia only. Do you guys know who this is? I'm giving you guys time to guess who belongs to the midsection and who belongs to the wheels. I use the face of whoever belongs to the upper body. There's one instance where I use just the traps, and I use that guy's face as well. So I guess I'll let the cat out of the bag. I'm sure most of you guys guessed. Regan Grimes, obviously, for the arms, chest. He has a good wide clavicle, things of that nature, but I just think it made it more natural, and not too many weak chests at the Olympia, as well as lats from the front double bi. Everybody had a pretty good, decent set of lats. Regan Grimes, maybe among the least impressive, I guess, lack of a better term. Midsection belongs to Hassan Mustafa. There was a couple of guys, Hassan Mustafa, hey, past wheels. His chest was bulbous and round, and arms were fantastic as well. So, you know, a lot of good body parts. Midsection, the only really not great body part, but we used it with no disrespect meant to Hassan, the Colonel Crunch. And the wheels, of course, belong to Andrea Presti. Tiny little wee midsection on Presti and a huge V-taper, things of that nature, which kind of offset the legs, but not when you use the rest of these other body parts. So the front double bicep, most certainly, I would believe, would get last place at the Olympia if you lined up everybody with this individual pose. Now, the back shots, not as interesting to me. It's actually a decent shot here. I used the weaker body parts, yes, but there's actually a decent amount of flow, and I thought that was a pretty decent shot. And furthermore, this should show all you bodybuilders that I did in fact use in that first pose that it is no disrespect at all meant to any one of you. It's actually a reflection on the caliber of bodybuilders that are at the Olympia. These guys are all winners, all champions, especially last year. Everybody won. There was no point system. I'm sure you guys have guessed who the entire lower half belongs to. And I did a different lower half for the rear lat. Food for thought. So worth to check out that rear lat as well. But I'm sure you guys have guessed who belongs to the glutes, hamstrings, calves. In all three cases, Brandon Curry. And in all three cases, Brandon Curry has been criticized for those muscle groups. And at the end of the day, they're probably his only weaker body parts. I mean, the guy is tremendous all over the place. Upper body from the front, the guy is unbelievable. And when he's on, he's unbeatable. In today's lineups anyway, saying. But either which way, Brandon Curry. No disrespect, big man, but you are in this collage, and I guess one of the reasons why it's an actual good pose. We have Theo Laguerre Tio Laguerriere, I believe it is Tio, if I'm not mistaken. His lats, not the strongest, and like I said, difficult to actually find. Weak set of lats at this Olympia. And Theo's traps, as you can see, it's a different person. His traps are huge, so I couldn't really use his back based on that. We had to add somebody else for the traps, arms, and what the heck, we threw in the head. Anybody know who that is? That is our man, Roman Fritz. And any other body part, like the glutes, hamstrings, the guy is peeled, shredded. He's shredded. He's shredded to the diced. He's peeled, guys. But arms, a little underwhelming in the size compared to everyone else at the Olympia. And the traps were not as thick and three-dimensional as your Tio Laguerriere's. So, Roman Fritz, no disrespect at all meant to any of them, but this is the edited worst rear double by using the worst possible poses, ? Because it's a good shot. I like this rear double by. Not bad at all. In fact, well, I was gonna name names, but put it this way. This back double by was not losing to every one of those, I don't think, that we seen earlier. If you know what I'm saying. Here is the rear lat spread, edited using all the least impressive, I don't want to say weak body parts because that sounds disrespectful, but not granting your guys' request would be even more disrespectful. I gotta show love to you, the fans, as well as these pro bodybuilders. Not an easy thing to do. Step up on stage and look your all-time best. Not an easy thing to do at all. At all. So without further ado, not a bad lat spread, back lat spread, but calves, of course, belong to Brandon Curry. We already did him, so we don't need to really, run his name through the dirt anymore. His calves, not the best, but still better than mine. Hamstrings, glutes, belong to Andrew Jacked. One of the finest structures of all in bodybuilding. Some of the best torso heaps. Shots from the front, abs and thighs, front double, front lat. You count him. He's beating everybody in those shots. Hamstrings, glutes, maybe last in line in the entire lineup. So it's a tipsy-turvy type physique, when you're the very first in line and then somewhat last in line. Those glutes, a little bit soggy, I have to say. The back itself belongs to, he's our man Flanagan, Ross Flanagan. And I know that guy can take a joke. Seen him doing some women's physique, or I think he was doing a women's wellness posing, acting like a woman on there. So he can take a joke. He likes to joke around. So this is a bit of a joke, Ross. No need to get your pantaloons in a bunch. But as far as the rear lat spread is concerned, arms as well, delts, things of that nature. Not saying his head's weak. He's got a tough head, good strong head, but yeah, that's your back lat spread. Like I said, back shots, not as interesting or downright not as funny as the front shots. Here's the front lat spread, for goodness sakes. We got Ross again. And that's nothing to do with his physique. That's just his traps. Put his traps on there. Just because, like I said, I know the guy can take a joke, so I don't need to, Ross, funny dude. But this is a funnier picture. We have, obviously, those are the same legs from the front double. We don't need to rehash that. That's Andrea Presti. No sense of disrespecting that big man twice. But the front, the torso, the entire torso heap belongs to our man, Hunter Labrada. Not the lats. His lats are more of a V-taper than what we have. We'll look at the arms in a second, but the arms and the lats belong to one person. But the torso heap, Hunter, not the worst in a lot of the shots, but when he does this front lat spread, for some reason his midsection, not the best, and, he's got a torn pec. Not to say that that's a bad thing. Mine's torn too, and if I had more muscle, it would show. But I don't got enough muscle, so it doesn't matter. But Anywhere, anywhere. The arms and, I believe, the lats, yes, the arms and the lats belong to Tio La Guerriere. And I guess I did this one pretty quick, guys. I probably could have selected a different clavicle than Hunter Labrada's. His chest is pretty broad, I have to say, in compared to Theo's. But the midsection of Theo's, pretty good. Quads, maybe in par with Andrea Presti's. Maybe next time I should select a couple of different years, maybe? Maybe do a best of. You guys want to see the best of physique? Get this video up to 500 likes. Get it up to 400 likes. I'll do the rest of those requests. Knocked it down to 400. So yes, the front lat spread. Not without its charms. Poor Hunter's midsection. And now... That's too much. That's too much. Okay, here we go. This is a joke. Okay, let's fix that and put it in the real size. Okay, we are back. I apologize. Had to stop it, get a breather. I mean, I don't know why I thought it was that funny. I mean, I was the one that put the picture up. But yes, this is kind of humorous. It is Andrea Presti, and I mean, I hope to goodness if Andrea Presti sees this, I'm sure that he'd get a laugh out of it. I hope that he does. And like I said, better quads than most mortal men. These are all Olympians, Olympia qualifiers. They all won a pro show, in some cases multiple pro shows. But Andrea Presti gets the quads and the calves, and when you combined it with a torso heap like Hassan Mustafa's, I just kept the chest there. Everybody's chest looks decent in this shot. Hassan's doesn't look weak by any means. I like his grill too, and nice big smile. And the midsection, like I said earlier, the only real glaring omission in the guy's physique. He's very incredible, and the midsection in combination with Andrea Presti's wheels, very hilarious. Very hilarious. But no disrespect meant, like I said. I show disrespect and then I say no disrespect. The arms and the V-taper, surprisingly, go to Samson Dauda. And we're getting a top 3 guy in here, ladies and gentlemen. And for you bodybuilders that thought it was disrespectful to be put in this one, Samson Dauda makes the cut. And that just goes to show you, every bodybuilder has a weak part or two. Everyone. Does not matter. No bodybuilder has, But what about Sergio Oliva? Okay, except for Sergio Oliva. He's got no real weak points. What about Sean Ray? Okay, there's a couple with, almost perfect. But you know what I'm sing. And another thing that I am saying is I would like to do the best of instead of the worst of. The least impressive, I'd like to do the most impressive. So please, guys, get this, like I said, get this up to 500 likes. And it's You Pick Tuesday, so 400 likes. We'll say 400 likes. We'll do the rest of the requests. And then you might as well get it another 100. And we'll do the very best of from 2023. Baby, please. So I really hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Little bit of a new format here. Trying to take a page from Superset Man. And if you guys haven't watched Superset Man's videos, he does these so very well and so much more smooth than I do. But I hope at least that he watched this and then he enjoyed. Maybe he can give me some feedback and maybe some advice on how to make these a little bit better. Have a great one.
Oh, come on! Subscribe to my channel, please, if you have not already. And if you would like to, check out my latest video as well. And there is a playlist if you want to really help me out. You could watch a bunch of videos as well. Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, come on, Billy!